So the next thing we're going to look at in your account is your description. So here we are looking at the Cheese Posties front page, and the description is just underneath the account name. And it's really important to get this right because this is the first thing that potential followers see when they click on your account. So this is where they decide whether or not they're going to follow you. So it's really important to get a few elements in here in the right format to make sure that we're grabbing as many of those followers who we can potentially turn into customers down the line. So the things to include, the things to make sure is that this is very clear, because at the moment, people who've accessed, who've seen your account, who've potentially seen one of your pictures that they've been tagged in, or that they've stumbled across one of your photos, they're taking a quick look at your account, they don't know who you are, they don't know what your brand does, they're not all that bothered at the moment, they've got no real reason to be interested in you. So it's really important to be clear and concise about what you do and why it is that this potential follower should hit follow and follow your posts. So first of all, it's really important to make it clear and make it very easy to read. The information that you want to get in here is what your brand is. More importantly, in this instance, what your customers, what your followers can expect to see from your posts. So this is less about what your business actually does fundamentally, and it's more about what potential followers or what new followers can expect to see and what they'll get out of following your Instagram account, which should be seen as a different thing to your actual business in a sense. Potentially, if you're a local business or you need to be contacted, then contact details, email, telephone numbers, and also your location could be really important to get in here. Location could be a very critical thing if you're a local business, because it means that people immediately see that, and that not only do they know that you're an accessible business to them, but also that's another step to building that relationship. So it's also really worthwhile using emojis in your description. Whether you like emojis or not, and whatever you think about them, they are very good, especially in this particular setting, for creating a quick and visual representation of what you're seeing. So that adds another layer, another element of interaction with your user, and it means that fleeting glance is more likely to be taken notice of. So just to give you an example, looking at the current front page of our Cheese Posties account now, it's not very inspiring. This is something which I just chucked up when we first started the business. So the world's first grilled cheese sandwich subscription, a couple of emojis, and our hashtag. So not all that inspiring as much as it does describe what we do. It can be a hell of a lot better. I'm going to show you how. So over here in my notes app, I've created a new description which uses emojis and also uses line breaks. Now the reason that I've done this in the notes app is because on the desktop version, so this is the version of Instagram that you access through your browser, is actually impossible to paste line breaks, and that's a really good way of drawing the eye down, making it more readable. So it's really important to get that right. So here we've got a short description of what we do, broken up by emojis to draw the eye down. We've got our hashtag cheese on post, which then potential followers can also go and take a look at this hashtag, and it's going to give them another element of social proof. Again, this is something we'll talk about later and in other courses, but using a branded hashtag, something which you own, which for us is cheese on post, is a really good way of creating a browsable archive of your and customers' posts about your brand. And then find out more, and these arrows are actually going to point to the URL, which we'll cover in one of the next lectures. So I'm just going to select all this and copy. Going to head over to Instagram, go to edit profile, and then in this section we have our current description. So I'm just going to paste over this and then hit done. And there we go. So as you can see, that's a lot more attractive. You can have a play around with this and see how it looks in place, and then change it up, make sure that it looks as readable as possible. But then, as you can see, all the elements are quite nicely laid out. All those arrows point down quite clearly to really entice people to click that link. So again, in this setting, in when people come to see your account and they're flicking through lots of accounts, and they've got so many options of images and things to do on Instagram, to draw their eye really quickly and to do things like this with these 5 little arrows really does actually have an impact on whether people will click your link. So it's definitely worth doing. So that's it for the description. I'll see you in the next topic.